Hey guys, welcome to this video showing you how to make this Eton mess. The recipe can be found on sklew.life/news alongside other activities and suggestions of things to do through this difficult time. Enjoy!
Here are the ingredients before me to make the meringues in this Eton mess. The recipe can be found on sklew.life/news. First things first, we're going to preheat the oven to 150 degrees Celsius or gas mark 2. This should mean that the oven will be nice and hot when we put in the meringues later. Now the recipe calls for 3 egg whites, so I have 3 eggs which I'll crack and separate into this bowl. My way of separating them is to crack the egg down the middle and pour the yolk into each half, letting the egg white drop into the bowl in front of me. Now unfortunately I forgot to get a container to put the egg yolk and shell into after I'd separated them, so this is what you are seeing now. Many apologies. I now repeat that procedure with the next 2 eggs, making sure that I get all the egg white in and none of the yolk. Now moving on to the final egg, cracking it in half and repeating the same procedure as before. There we go, nicely separated. Let's dispose of that. As you can see, by separating the eggs the way I did, you now have just egg white, no shell or yolk in there. Now we can move on to the whisking. Now I'm going to be using an electric whisk. You can of course do it by hand, but I find this a lot quicker and easier. You start off at a slow speed, just gently aerating the egg whites. As you see the egg whites start to gain volume, you are going to want to speed up the whisking to a medium speed. As the whisking goes on, the egg whites will get thicker and stiffer and will form stiff peaks as you remove the whisk. As you can see, I had a hard time standing the whisk up, but one way of checking if the eggs are ready is if you can tip the bowl over and they stay in there. I've finally found a teaspoon to get the sugar into the bowl with. Now the recipe calls for 175 grams of caster sugar. You add that a teaspoon at a time into the egg white. Make sure all the sugar is whisked into the egg whites before adding the next teaspoon. The whisk should be at a high speed now to make sure you're really whisking in all the sugar. The egg white should become extremely thick and look shiny and glossy on the surface. Now the meringue mixture is ready. It's nice and thick and smooth and glossy on the surface. I'll just go over and get the tray I prepared with a sheet of greaseproof paper on. Now using 2 spoons, just get a dollop of the mixture and spoon it onto the tray. You can of course smooth it down afterwards, but I prefer to go for a more artisan and rustic look. Keep doing that until you've used up all of the mixture. Now that the meringues are ready, we'll get the tray and place it into the middle of the oven. As soon as the meringues are into the oven, you want to turn the temperature down to 140 degrees Celsius or gas mark 1. After about half an hour to 40 minutes, the meringues should now be ready. Open the oven door, get them out and just tap them on the top. They should be hard and crispy to the touch. Now we want to let them sit and cool down for 10 to 15 minutes. For the rest of the dessert, we get a small glass bowl with some yogurt dolloped in it and a chopping board with some cut up mixed fruit on there. Now the recipe calls for mixed fruit from a tin, but you can also use whatever fruit you have lying around the house. Now we want to thoroughly mix in the fruit with the yogurt, making sure there is a thick coating over the fruit. Now that the fruit is coated in yogurt, we want to crumble up one of the meringues into the mixture. Just gently move the fruit and yogurt on top of the meringue and just mix it all in. Now for presentation purposes, I like to put a meringue on top. That is of course optional. The recipe does not call for one, but that is entirely up to you. There you go, you have successfully made your Eton mess. I hope you found this video informative and easy to follow. Enjoy and thank you for watching.